This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network.
Hello everyone, I'm Kate from Cupchairs. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be listening to something quite different, a track with a message. This one's from Shane Vincent McDermott, a 39-year-old musician and English teacher from Galway, Ireland. His latest release, Hands Off Our Galway Girls, Happy St. Patrick's Day, is not just a song, but a response to Ed Sheeran's Galway Girl, which Shane describes as offensive and culturally appropriating. Bold move, right? He's joined by some close collaborators. Hurricane Caesar...
What you're listening to, dear listener, is a young woman by the name of Kate. She has her own YouTube channel called Cupchairs, and they have nearly 3,000 subscribers. This is a video of her reacting to and reviewing my latest song. And I only had to pay her €23 for the pleasure.
And with St. Patrick's Day just around the corner, the timing couldn't be better. It's a brave thing to address controversy through music, and while his previous attempt at a Chinese New Year song didn't quite hit the mark, it's clear that Shane's determined to make an impact with this one. I mean, he set himself...
You hear that?
The goal of a hit single.
My choice of subject matter for the song is brave. I seem to be winning her over with the strong creative risks that I've taken. Now, what will she make of the song itself?
Island for the Irish, let it echo through the land. Centuries of fighting with scars on every hand. St. Patrick throw the snakes out, made the Irish rush. 800 years of struggle is obscene. Get your Brits out, brings in pubs and the lanes. The reruns.
She seems impressed by Hurricane Caesar's rapping, describing it as fresh and fun. She's smiling and moving her head to the music. I can't wait to see how she reacts to the uilleann pipe solo.
Pretty crisp. How the traditional sounds are mixed with something fresh and modern.
Fresh and modern. This is an incredible endorsement so far. I appear to have made a fan. Someone who believes in my talent as strongly as I do. Now, let's listen to her review.
Musically, the track is bold and spirited. It's got this fearless energy that keeps you hooked. Shane is a musician steadily gaining momentum, and there are more tracks on his SoundCloud for you to explore. Hopefully, with a bit of support, we'll see him continue to grow and share more of his unique voice with the world. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Bold, fearless, spirited, a plethora of positive adjectives. Shane is a musician currently gaining momentum. You heard it here first. This very much felt like a watershed moment for me and my career. But unfortunately, and as I'm sure you're aware, critical acclaim and commercial success don't always go strictly hand in hand. Just ask Nick Drake, Captain Beefheart, or the Velvet Underground. Hands Off Our Galway Girls has thus far only managed to amass 11 plays on SoundCloud, and this would not be enough to allow me to quit my job. But fear not, dear listener, because I won't give up like those other losers I just mentioned. I've regrouped, and I am already on to my next project. One Wednesday morning, whilst conducting one of my routine checks of the gossip website TMZ, I came across a rather disturbing headline.
People are talking about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil found when the police raided P Diddy's home.
This piqued my interest. I clicked on the link, and then immediately regretted clicking on the link. The lurid details surrounding Diddy's downfall had been laid bare for all to see. A sordid story of racketeering, sex trafficking, and other inappropriate activity. I then spent the next few hours researching the many uses of baby oil. For what it's worth, you can't use it for cooking. This might seem like an odd time to reminisce, but it did make me long for the time when Diddy was simply Puff Daddy and was seen as a lovable dancing tool rather than a sex pest, slip-sliding into orgies covered in various sex liquids. It made me think of that song he did, the one where he paid tribute to his friend who died. You know the one I'm talking about, dear listener.
Every Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you.
That's the one. Featuring Faith Evans and borrowing some melody from a song by The Police, I'll Be Missing You, was released in the memory of his friend, the notorious B.I.G., who had died only 2 months earlier. This heartfelt tribute turned out to be an absolute masterstroke by Puff. It launched him into the mainstream and kept him there for the next 25 years. Not only that, but the song quickly became part of the public consciousness. Anyone who died in 1997 was buried to this song or Angels by Robbie Williams. Now, this got me thinking. Maybe I could profit from the death of a loved one. Unfortunately, no one close to me has died recently. Nor do I know anyone even marginally famous that I could secretly bump off. But what if my song was ambiguous enough that anyone could relate to it? I immediately thought of grandparents. We've all shared the grief of losing a grandmother, but nobody's soundtracked this. And everyone loves grandmas, much more than granddads. They're often absent, and I needed to hedge my bets with regards to my target audience. Much like every team plays We Are the Champions when they win something, I could make an anthem with lyrics so broad it could be the rig du jour when incinerating a beloved elderly. My research had been meticulous. My plan, foolproof. Nothing could stop me.
Top 40 or Die Trying. Episode 3. Barely 5 foot tall. Now 6 feet underground.
Firstly, I needed to find the perfect backing track. Something that evoked sadness and grief. The kind of sad piano you might hear in a TikTok of some elephants being maltreated, or a belligerent footballer crying after a last-minute semi-final defeat. I searched through Fiverr and almost immediately came across the profile for a young man from Indonesia by the name of Doddy. That's right, Doddy. A name eerily similar to Diddy. That had to be a sign of something.
I am a music composer, music arranger, and music director. On irregular times, I work at a television station to compose and direct music for many programs. I will fill your masterpiece with a touch of beautiful piano melody.
Armed with an impressive portfolio and an array of credits, Doddy ticked all of the boxes. Not only that, but his prices were reasonable. For €33.57, he would compose me 120 seconds of original, tear-jerking piano music, the template for my ode to dead grandmothers everywhere. Dearest Doddy, firstly, congratulations on your advertisement. It hooked me immediately. I've been looking for the perfect craftsman to help launch a new project that I've been working on, and you seem to have exactly what I'm looking for. I plan to be soundtracking the funerals for deceased grandparents worldwide and need a piano sufficiently mournful yet uplifting. Sad but not inconsolable. Something that says, it's a shame she's gone, but she had a decent innings. Something that could be played alongside a montage of photos at the wake in a local community centre. Ideally between 2 and 3 minutes so that it's just right for radio play. I know that's a lot of pressure, Doddy, but I have the utmost faith in you. I look forward to hearing your work. Shane Vincent McDermott. 3 days later, I received my track from Doddy. It was perfect. As if crafted by Hans Zimmer himself, Doddy had blessed me with art so pure it was fitting for a state funeral or a rush job before a bank holiday weekend at the local care home. Next, I needed a lyricist. Someone with the ability to pen something deeply personal, but also widely broad enough that anyone who had lost a grandmother could relate to. Looking through the pages on Fiverr, I came across an advert by a young man from Pakistan by the name of Burhan.
Ready to take your writing projects to the next level? Look no further. Passionate writer with over 3 years of experience. Order now to start our growth journey.
Not only was he a passionate writer, but Burhan also offered a very special service that could benefit me. For €9.59, he would write me a personalised eulogy.
Giving a funeral speech is never easy. In these hard times, I want to take the weight of writing a eulogy on my shoulders. There must be already too much going on for you. I will write a meaningful and impactful eulogy for you.
His advertisement was accompanied by a picture of him in graduation attire, and his pitch inspired confidence in me.
I will write every eulogy from scratch. No template or anything. Very low price. No grammar mistakes.
Who better to write passionate verse on the subject of someone's passing than a professional eulogy writer? A stroke of genius on my behalf, I dare say. I immediately contacted him with instructions. Dearest Burhan, I am looking for someone to write a heartfelt tribute to a loved one. Since your professional nature is near intimidating, I believe you might just be the perfect fit. I am asking you kindly to write a personalised eulogy for a grandmother, any grandmother. But there is one special condition. It must be in rhyme form. Your poetry will form the basis of a tribute song, and, as we both know, all the best songs rhyme. I will leave this in your capable hands, Burhan. I hope that 500 words is enough for you to express yourself and bring some tears to some eyes. I look forward to hearing your work. Shane Vincent McDermott. Mere moments later, Burhan responded with a private message.
Firstly, I'm deeply sorry for your loss. Yes, that's a wholesome idea to write a eulogy in rhyme sync. I will have to merge poetry and eulogy styles of writing, and I can do that. You told me it's for your grandma, but can you tell me about your bond with her? Perhaps share some memories?
I hadn't given any thought to the idea that Burhan might need some detail to write the content with. He seemed to be under the impression that the eulogy was for my own recently deceased grandmother, which, in fairness, probably made a lot more sense than the actual truth. I started by feeding him my broadest grandma material, hoping that this would be enough. Thank you for your kind words, Burhan. Yes, these days have been difficult, but I'm soldiering on. I would describe my grandmother as a kind, warm old lady. She was bespectacled, barely 5 foot tall, and loved cardigans. I hope this is enough. Unfortunately, this was not enough for Burhan. He just kept prodding and prodding, badgering me for information such as her hobbies, her likes, even her name. Feeling slightly scummy, I proceeded to feed him information about my own Granny Bridget, who technically was dead. I just neglected to mention that her passing occurred some 20 years ago. With regards to my beloved Nana Bridget, I would say that my enduring memory was that she was a proud Republican. So much so that she only spoke Irish in the house. And her accent was strong. So strong that I could barely understand her. To be honest, I'm not sure we ever had a full conversation. One of her lovable idiosyncrasies was that she often forgot my name or got me confused with someone else in the family. I guess this is to be expected when you are the youngest of 14 grandchildren. Although, if I'm being fully honest, I'm not sure she ever even knew my name, or that I existed. Like most elderly Irish women, framed photos of the Holy Trinity sat proudly above her fireplace. Those being Pope John Paul II, John F. Kennedy, and Jack Charlton. She also loved hurling, dogs, and hated the British. There were rumours she kept a gun. Her house got raided a couple of times. On reflection, I probably missed out on the loving relationship that a grandson might cherish with a grandmother. The kind of relationship immortalised in Christmas adverts and greeting cards. Mine was slightly more psychologically abusive and has led to my current issues with abandonment, but I had no time to weep, dear listener. as 2 days later, I received my rhyming eulogy from Bodan. To give its reading the respect it deserves, I've hired a really posh, classically trained English actor to read it to you.
Grandma, it's hard to find the words to say just how much you meant every single day. You had a way of lighting up the room, turning moments of silence into bloom. I'll never forget those pictures on your wall, Pope John Paul, JFK, Jack Charlton, standing tall. You loved them, but your Irish pride ran deep. A love for home that we'll always keep. You spoke Irish at home, never missed a beat. It made me smile. It was our little treat. 14 grandkids, and sometimes you'd forget, but that only made you more special yet. And when you'd call me the wrong name, I knew I was still in your memory frame.
Bodan had nailed it. He turned my trauma into the basis for a future anthem. All I needed now was the perfect person to deliver the vocals.
If you're enjoying the show, the full season of Top 40 or Die Trying is out now exclusively on HeadStuff Plus. Join now for just €5 plus VAT per month. You'll also unlock ad-free listening and exclusive behind-the-scenes bonus content. Find full details in the show notes.
What kind of singers do grandmothers like? There could only be one answer, dear listener. They love crooners. I'm talking Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, Daniel O'Donnell. Voices so smooth they could bring a tear to the eye of the mourners. Men so handsome they could get away with murder. There wouldn't be a dry eye or seat in the house. Immediately, I was drawn to the profile of a man named Dino.
I have been singing for over 20 years and specialise in vintage vocals. Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, Michael Bublé, and Elvis style. I have performed with big bands and won awards for my tribute shows.
An award-winning, Sinatra-inspired singer-songwriter looking to help others with their projects. His profile came equipped with pictures of him in a black suit singing into a vintage microphone. He couldn't have been any more perfect. Dear Dino, you appear to be just the man I'm looking for. Stylish, debonair, and with a portfolio of positive reviews from satisfied customers. I imagine that if I internet search the words, refined, polished and dapper, I might just get a picture of you. But enough uncomfortable flirting, Dino. We have work to do. I am creating a song to soundtrack grandma funerals. I've already got one of my top guys to create the lyrics, and now I need someone to create and sing the melody. I want you to mentally put yourself in this place, Dino. An elderly person has passed. The church is packed with family, well-wishers and care home staff. There may or may not be an armed guard of honour lining the streets. Men are shielding their faces from the cold and the media. With a cordless microphone, you move amongst the crowd, serenading them with a song for the recently deceased. Towards the end of the song, you demonstrate your showmanship by standing upon the casket to raise a whiskey glass. A tall order, Dino, but I have full faith in you. I look forward to hearing your work. Shane Vincent McDermott.
Hard to find the words to say how much you meant every day. You lift up the room, turn silence into bloom. So fierce, so strong, so bold, full of fire, stories untold. That cardigan you wore with pride, a love that never died.
I think you'll agree, dear listener, I had pulled off a masterstroke. Dino had brought elegance and class to my track. The wheels of this musical hearse were very much in motion.
Hey Martin, I wrote you but you still ain't calling. I emailed you with my bank details at the bottom. I sent you 2 voice notes last week. You must not have got them. There must be a problem with WhatsApp or something. Anyway, did you speak to your dad about the product placement? Tell him I've been working on a new song for elderly funerals. Tell him I can do a subtle little advertisement for Doyle's tool and hardware in the track. €200 should cover it. I was hoping to get a John F. Kennedy impersonator for the voiceover. Elderlies love JFK. Unfortunately, there's no one on Fiverr offering that service, but I got a guy who does a mean Ronald Reagan impression. And if you think about it, Reagan is also an Irish name, so should work just fine. Anyway, let me know what your dad says. Talk soon.
That sorted, I needed someone to bring life to the bridge of the song. That passage between Dino's powerful verse and the sing-along chorus. I was quickly attracted to the profile for a young woman named Victoria.
Hi, I'm Victoria, a professional singer, vocal coach, and songwriter with over 7 years of experience in music. My vocals are known for their emotional depth and pristine clarity, adding a touch of magic to the songs I work on.
Magic was exactly what I needed. Enough magic to raise spirits. Not those kind of spirits, I must add. I mean to raise the emotional spirits of the glum-faced congregation. Those about to incinerate their nana. Dearest Victoria, firstly, what a wonderful profile you have. Sleek, elegant, and with a hint of the supernatural. I am in need of some help with the bridge of my newest song and believe your sorcery will help take my project to the next level. I have been working with my friends Doddy and Dino on a track influenced by Diddy. I realise that these names sound like characters from the Beano, but rest assured, Victoria, we are professionals and take our art very seriously. I have sent you the backing track and lyrics. Please bring all of your mysticism and alchemy so that we can have the perfect send-off to those transitioning to the afterlife. I look forward to hearing your work. Shane Vincent McDermott.
Those pictures on your wall, JFK, Pope John Paul, Jack Charlton was alright, the only bridge you ever liked.
Next, I needed the chorus, the main hook of the song that everyone in the church could get behind. I needed something powerful, something that would reverberate around the chapel. Voices that could bring the deceased closer to God. There was only one option. I was going to get a gospel choir.
Hi, if you need great vocals on your song, you're right where you need to be. My team of singers and I will arrange and record the very best vocals that will be an excellent interpretation on your song, done with professional recording gear in a well-treated recording studio.
Only Voice seemed exactly what I was looking for. A young team of professional-looking young men and women from Nigeria who would record me the perfect chorus. Their picture showed them dressed in matching white shirts and multicoloured trouser braces. For the reasonable price of €77.75, they would create and record the melody. But it was down to me to come up with the lyrics. I put my thinking cap on and got down to business. Dear Only Voice, you seem like a fun bunch of talented young guns. Smartly dressed, well-behaved, grandmothers all over the world will love you. I'm currently mining the recently deceased market and need a group with your talents to add a chorus to my song. We are recording a song for grandmothers. All grandmothers. I wouldn't necessarily describe myself as a wordsmith, but I have scripted some lyrics for the chorus of which I am proud. They go as follows. Grandma, you are no longer around. Barely 5 foot tall, now 6 feet underground. We love you, Grandma. We love all grandmas. Words that will be repeated in church pews across the world for generations to come. A great responsibility weighs on your shoulders. Be sure that you have my full backing and belief. I look forward to hearing your work. Shane Vincent McDermott.
Grandma, you're no longer around. Barely 5 foot tall, now 6 feet underground. Cremated casket or buried at sea. Always so special to me. We love you, Grandma. We love our grandmas.
There are few sounds more beautiful than a professional gospel choir bringing your creative genius to fruition. I suggest everyone listening to this story go and find out for themselves. Well worth the €77, I assure you. That in the bag, I began to consider how I could further improve my track. I had been concentrating all my efforts on soundtracking the perfect funeral, but I hadn't paid any attention to the wider concept of death. What is death? Where is death? Which country monopolizes the vast commercial opportunities that arise from death? But of course, the Mexicans. Fellow proud Catholics that happen to really embrace the idea of dying. They have their own Day of the Dead. They paint skulls, wear skeleton costumes, and dance to mariachi bands. Maybe this is another market I could tap?
Hello, I am Francisco from Venezuela, a versatile trumpeter with more than 25 years of experience in the world of music. I can record your song in mariachi style professionally. I was nominated for the Latin Grammy Awards in 2016.
Yes, I know, dear listener, he was Venezuelan, not Mexican. But how could I turn down a Latin Grammy nominee for the price of €33.67? Dear Francisco, I've got a hunger for mariachi-style trumpet. A deep, painful hunger. Consider me famished. Having read your profile, I feel that you might be the gentleman to satisfy my appetite. I hope that my poetic opening to this email has demonstrated how much I love mariachi trumpet and has not made you feel concerned or scared. I noticed that you stated you were a Latin Grammy nominee and not a winner. Worry not, Francisco. I'm sure your time will come. I mean, I guess people said the same thing to Peter O'Toole, but let's not get bogged down in all of that. I want to channel the passion that Mexicans have for death. They seem to have a hold of the market with regards to who put the fun in funerals, and I want to bring a little of that lust for the afterlife to my home of Ireland. I appreciate that you are very much Venezuelan, Francisco, but I want you to play your trumpet whilst imagining that you are the proudest of all the Mexicans in the world. Your sombrero is the biggest, your mustache is the smoothest, and your fancy mariachi jacket has been pressed to perfection. You have the enviable honour of contributing to my funeral banger, and I couldn't be happier to have you on my team. I look forward to hearing your work. Shane Vincent McDermott. Beautiful. I'm sure you'd agree. That Latin Grammy would surely soon be in Francisco's possession. Now, my song was taking shape, but currently lacked a crescendo, the moment where the track reaches its dramatic peak. Unsure about how to achieve this, I searched through profiles looking for the perfect virtuoso to bring some drama to the proceedings.
My name is Seva, a guitar player for 10 plus years. I can now write bitching guitar solos. I take every project seriously, like it's my own music. See you, dude. Smiley face.
That's right, Seva, an experienced rock guitar god from Greece. His offer to perform a bitching guitar solo had me hooked. His profile came with photos of him on stage rocking a V-shaped guitar while wearing sleeveless tops that just so happened to accentuate his bulging biceps. I was simultaneously intimidated, impressed, and slightly aroused. Dear Seva, Christ on a bike, what a fiver profile you have. I always recognise a fellow rebel when I see one, and I am quivering with excitement at the possibility of collaborating with you on my latest venture, music to transition to. And who better to help soundtrack death than someone who specialises in death metal? I've got the piano, a crooner, and gospel choir locked in, Seva, but I need some extra power for the climax of the song. I need you to get the mourners moving. So send me your best 8 bars of bitching soloing. But please, tone down the doom and darkness a little. The gates to the afterlife may well be open when our song plays, so it's important for health and safety purposes that we limit any hell raising. I will leave this in your capable, strong hands. I look forward to hearing your work. Shane Vincent McDermott. And thus, my song was complete. What started life as a eulogy from Pakistan had been transformed into a deeply personal, tear-jerking chanson d'amour. The beauty of love and death is that they are emotions that everyone will experience and therefore have a wide appeal and great commercial value. And so, I leave you with the completed track, titled We Love Grandmas, open brackets, all grandmas, close brackets. It cost me €275.80 to make, and you can download it from top40orddietrying.bandcamp.com. I hope it evokes beautiful memories of a deceased loved one, and that you enjoy listening to it as much as I enjoy paying other people to make it.
Hard to find the words to say how much you meant every day. You lift up the room, turn silence into bloom. So fierce, so strong, so bold, full of fire, stories untold. That cardigan you wore with pride, a love that never died.
Those pictures on your wall, JFK, Pope, John Paul, Jack Churton was alright, the only bridge you ever liked. Grandma, you're no longer around, barely 5 foot tall, now 6 feet underground. We made a casket or buried at sea. Always so special to me. We love you, Grandma. We love our grandmas.
Ronald Reagan would have loved Doyle's Tools and Hardware. Who better to acknowledge their 40 years of service than the 40th President of the United States? Now, they have great offers on wheelbarrows, pickaxes, and shovels. Everything you need to dig the perfect grave for a recently deceased loved one.
You always forgot my name. It was hard to hide the pain. I guess I never felt seen. The youngest of 14. When you spoke Irish at home, I never felt more alone. Though I didn't understand a word, you continued undeterred.
Those photos in your hands,
Jerry Adams, Bobby Sands.
no pictures of my mind.
Your tattoo said up the roar.
Grandma, you're no longer around, barely 5 foot tall, now 6 feet underground.
How did they call you a terrorist? Hits them with the Irish fist. We love you, Grandma. We love our grandmas.
Doyle's Tools and Hardware. Find us at 68 Grafton Street, Galway.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with HeadStuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.